welcome to another 3ABN Today program. We're the Micheff sisters.
I'm Linda.
And I'm Brenda.
And I'm Cinda.
And do we have a program planned for you? It's really one of our dad's favorite meals,
That's
wouldn't you
right.
say?
It is.
Right. Soups and stews. And let's just show you what we're going to prepare for you today.
We're going to start off with my garden gazpacho.
That's awesome. Now, is that a cold soup or hot soup?
Gazpacho is a cold soup.
There you go.
And we're going to have curry black bean soup.
And is that pretty spicy or mild?
Mild.
Mild. And then butternut squash soup. That's just not for fall. It's for all year long.
And Micheff stew.
Ooh, now I know you've got a special recipe for that. It's not just any stew.
It's not just any stew.
We have garden fresh veggie soup.
With lots of fresh veggies. And then my Smoky Mountain chili. And I love chili. I actually like that year-round, too.
Right, I do, too.
But first, Neville Peter is going to sing and play Near the Cross.
Jesus, keep me near the cross, near that precious fountain, free to all, a healing stream that flows from Calvary's mountain. In the cross be my glory ever, oh, till my raptured soul shall find rest beyond the river. Oh, near the cross, a trembling soul, but love and mercy found me. And then the bright and morning star shed its beams around me. Oh, in the cross, be my glory ever, oh, till my raptured soul shall find rest beyond the river. Oh, near the cross, I'm gonna watch and wait, hoping, trusting ever until I reach that golden strand just beyond the river. Oh, in the cross, be my glory ever, until my raptured soul shall find rest. That's what I want, and I know that you're waiting to give it to me. I know that you're waiting to give it to me, Jesus. Rest
Thank you, Neville. Near the cross. That's where I always want to be, right, sisters?
Yes, absolutely.
That's right.
I wouldn't want to do one thing without knowing that Jesus was right with me every second of the day, that
That's right.
he cares about everything. He cares about the little things. He cares about the big things, and I'm just thankful for that.
There's no better place to stay.
That's right. Well, today we are excited because we are going to be cooking soups and stews. And not all soups and stews are really cooking, you know, right, sis?
That's right, and I guarantee you that Daddy is going to be watching today.
That's right.
He loves soup.
Daddy has two favorite foods. He loves soups and sandwiches.
That's
Yes.
right.
Those are like, and even together. He likes those together. Today you're not getting the sandwich part. You're just getting the soups and
That's
stews.
right, Daddy.
Yeah, so you hang on. We'll get you with the sandwiches maybe
So
next
you have
time.
to fix your own sandwich, Dad, but you're pretty good at that.
He's also pretty good at coming up with his own soups.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
Daddy's a good cook.
He's a good cook.
In fact, for Thanksgiving, we were all dividing up recipes, and Dad says, "Why can't we just have soup and sandwiches?"
That sounds like a good meal to him. In fact, if it's his birthday or whatever, I'll ask Mom, I'll say, well, what are you doing for Dad? She goes, soup
and
sandwich. That's what we're doing.
That's right.
So you're not cooking your soup today. What are you doing?
No, this is going to be garden gazpacho. Because during the summer, my husband has a garden, and he grows just all kinds of stuff, and it's so good. And I wanted to come up with something that would incorporate the different things that came out of his garden, and it happened to be a hot day, and I thought, you know what? I'll make a gazpacho, and I did.
You know, sis, talking about how Joel's garden, I noticed that even your dog likes his garden. I saw your dog go pick a tomato and eat it.
Oh, that dog, it's not, first of all, I just want to clear the record, it is not my dog. It is Joel's dog. And his dog goes and gets, I love these little pickling cucumbers, and of course the tomatoes I love. And he goes in the garden and picks them. And I'll be watching this tomato.
Is your dog's name Mandy?
Mandy, yes. And I'll be watching this tomato, waiting for it to get ripe. And I look out the window, and there's Mandy with this big old tomato in his mouth. And I'm like, Joel!
I've never seen a dog that picks tomatoes and cucumbers and loves them. So, you know, he does appreciate his master's work.
Oh,
And there's a good lesson in that. You know,
Yeah, now what would that be? Because I didn't get the tomato.
no, but we should appreciate our master's work.
All right. I got to give her that
All
one.
right, we'll give her that one. Well, I think you'll enjoy this soup too because it's very easy. I'm going to start with.
You want to read the recipe?
Oh, you know what? Since it was your idea, sis, why don't you read the recipe for
Okay,
her?
I'll read the recipe. You'll need a half a cup of corn, 1 yellow tomato, 1 cup of zucchini, a half a cup of carrots, half a cup of peas, half a cup of cucumber, 2 cups of V8 vegetable juice, 2 teaspoons of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of fresh basil, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Ooh, and it's lots of nutritious, colorful vegetables in there.
Colorful,
Okay.
like a rainbow.
I handed her that one, didn't I?
That was just the best segue I've ever heard.
It's true.
And I didn't even mean to. You know I didn't. I don't encourage her.
But it is we tease Sister Linda, but it is right. She's absolutely right on. If you have lots of colors at your meal, different colored fruits and vegetables.
And add brown to that rainbow so you get your lentils and
That's
your
right.
legumes and your
Nuts
rice,
and
brown rice.
Brown rice.
Then you're getting nutrition.
There you go.
right.
Good nutrition, too.
Right, exactly.
All right, so what do we do?
You want to start off with, this is a half a cup of corn. And you can cut it off the cob. Here it goes. You can cut it off the cob, or you can use frozen corn and just thaw it. And this is a half a cup of peas.
Did you cook
And these
those?
are the petite peas. Actually, they were frozen, and I just defrosted them just a little bit. In fact, you can just put them in hot water for 2 minutes.
Like blanch them?
Yeah, just blanch them. You don't need to really cook them a lot.
Peas are so beautiful too. I love their color. I just don't like to eat them. I just never liked peas.
She never has.
Just like
I'll eat your peas for you.
And
I
I'll
love
eat
them.
your peas for
That's
you too.
good.
I
That's
love 'em.
good.
That's what our sister's for.
We help her out, don't we?
That's right. Anytime we go out to eat at a restaurant, anything I don't like, I scooch over and send a plate.
No, that's the truth. If you'll notice, we've told you this before, but in all the pictures you see of us eating somewhere, Brenda always sits by me.
That's right.
And she waits for me to taste it first, and then I give her the little nod or the little shake, and then she knows whether she can have it or not.
I know whether to put it on your plate or not. I just kind of give it a little, nudge over there.
And what are sisters for? We help each other out.
I do like most things, and I will eat peas if it's in stew or whatever. So that's why she doesn't sit by me, is because I would be thinking it was wonderful anyways.
Well,
And
there
I'm
you go.
an adventuresome eater.
Yeah, I don't ask Linda if she likes it. I only look at Cinda, and I don't have to ask her. I just kind of give her the look. I go, and she'll go, yeah, or she'll go, and sometimes you sting me good.
Not when we're out though, only at home.
Right, that's true. That's
Only at
right.
home.
Yes, I want to appreciate that about you. I can trust her totally when we're out. At home is another story. She might go, this is really good. And I'm like,
But I'm the adventuresome eater.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
you know,
this is true.
I'll try.
This
As
is
long
true.
as it doesn't have a mother, I'll try it.
yeah,
Pretty
that's
much.
true.
You know,
Yeah.
because I've never had meat, so.
Or a
Okay.
face.
Yeah,
There you
but
go.
that's the same. That's in life too, because I'm the skydiver, I'm the rock climber, I'm the scuba diver.
Hey, every group of sisters, every sister, they have to have a sister that stays home and prays. See, I'm the one that stays home and prays for them. They're going to go out and do all that dangerous
And-
stuff. Somebody's got to be home praying for you, right?
And well, you know what? You always need a sister that will give you something to pray for. You know, and so I feel like it's my job.
I got plenty about that. Okay, let's
I need
get to
to
the
jump
recipe.
off the cliffs and stuff, you know.
You did an awesome job, though, when you went rock climbing just a little bit ago.
Oh yeah, I just went with David and Katie. Joel and I did. Went rock
I was
climbing.
really
That
proud of
fun.
you. I couldn't even see how you had any hold on that on the side of the mountain, but you found some place and you were climbing up there.
That
Well,
was
that's where
scary.
all my
She showed
scratches
us
are.
the pictures last night, and I couldn't even look at the pictures. It scared me. I could not look at the pictures. I was like, why would someone want to do that? You know? Okay, let's
it was
get in your
so
soup.
fun. Okay, this is fresh cubed zucchini, and this is not cooked, and it's not even blanched. And this is, I like the little pickling cucumbers, and I've diced them too.
I like those too.
You like the
And-
English ones, too.
The English cucumbers or the pickling cucumbers, and then carrots. And then this is my husband's famous yellow tomatoes. And if you do not grow yellow tomatoes, or you don't have a farmer's market that you can get in yellow tomatoes, you can go ahead and use regular red tomatoes. I just like the color of the yellow because we're going to add the V8 juice. So.
If they don't have yellow tomatoes, maybe they could use regular tomatoes, but add some yellow bell pepper.
Well, they have corn, so they don't
Oh, there
really
you
have
go.
to,
You're covered
so.
in the yellow department.
You're
covered in the yellow department.
That's good.
I was thinking of Linda, so I was trying to add every color, but I just liked that. And then, so blend that up like that, and then I'll take some fresh, this is fresh basil, and
Do you use parsley, too?
You can use, if you don't like the basil taste, because my sister Brenda doesn't like
Not
basil.
at all. I don't even like the smell standing over here, to be honest with
Basil
you.
is my favorite. I'll take basil and lay it in my sandwiches instead of lettuce. I love it. And I grow it year round, and so Katie likes it. So just snip some basil in it.
Did
like
you notice
this.
how I handed you those scissors? See, I went right back to my nursing days when
I
I worked
tell
in
you
surgery
what.
for a couple of years, and I used to hand instruments. See, I just handed you those scissors.
Yeah, Brenda and I are the nurses. We used to, we've probably worked in just about every part of the hospital, haven't we?
We have our favorites.
Yeah, I liked surgery a lot, but I loved emergency room.
Yeah, me
I
too.
liked the action going on in the emergency room.
Me too.
Okay, then we're gonna take, this is the lime juice, and I'm gonna add it to my 2 cups of V8 juice. Oh, we better not add all that. Add probably a half a teaspoon of salt, but you can do salt to taste. Maybe just a little more.
That
Just
looked
a little
like
more.
a Cinda generous one to me.
And then add add some cayenne pepper because you want it to have just a little bit of a zip. But, of course, you don't have to add as much as I do. I'm going to just add a little bit.
Cayenne pepper and tomato juice or V8 juice mixed together when you have a sore throat or something and you take that, it is very healing. I found it for myself.
Plus, cayenne is good for your metabolism. It's good. Here's a tip for you. If you're in the wintertime and your feet are cold, put some cayenne in your socks. I am not kidding.
Or in your mittens or gloves.
Right, it'll keep your feet and your hands warm.
Very good.
Linda and I snow ski, so we know that to be true. And then just take your V8 juice and pour it all over it. And then
does that mean you can put it in your mittens too and it'd keep your hands
warm? Sure.
Absolutely. Hey, how about that?
And stir this up. Now let this sit for a couple hours, or you can let it sit overnight.
And you can see how it does change color. If you look at her finished one that she's already prepared for you over here.
Right, it's the flavors just kind of marinate in there. That's all there is to it. And it is so refreshing on a hot day, and you want to serve this. You can serve it cold or at room temperature. And look how easy that was.
Something that's good on any day is your black bean, what did you call it?
Curry black bean soup.
Curry black bean soup.
So why don't we put up the recipe? Okay, for the curry black bean soup, you'll need 1 cup of water, 1 cup of petite tomatoes, a cup of black beans, a half a teaspoon of olive oil, a half a teaspoon of fresh garlic, a half a cup of onion, a 1/4 a teaspoon of sea salt, half a teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 a teaspoon of curry powder, and a half a teaspoon of all-purpose veggie salt.
All right. And now what do we do?
This is a fast and easy soup, and my husband even likes to eat it for breakfast.
We're supposed to eat a lot of fiber for breakfast, and
he loves it.
Beans is a wonderful
and
source
I'll make
of fiber.
some brown rice to go with it, and he loves the brown rice. So,
well, actually, we're all used to that because when we were little, Mom went through this healthy phase, and she used to make lunch or dinner for breakfast, and so we would wake up with the smell of roasts in the oven and baked potatoes, and that was just normal for us.
And Mom had such an effect on me and all of us that when I was cooking for a big group at Camp Wakanda, one morning the staff and the campers all came, and we had loaf and mashed potatoes and gravy, and it was for teen camp. And they had a backwards day, so we thought, well, we might as well be backwards too. And so when they walked in, you should have saw those teenagers. Their eyes got big, and they were like, whoa. Do you see what we're having, And I had salad and everything, and I loved it, but they were like, wow. They didn't mind the granola and the cereal at nighttime, but they sure were wondering
They were missing that biscuits and gravy.
They were definitely. So it was a fun thing to do.
Well, can I and Jim still do that?
Yes. Could you turn that on?
Okay.
Yes, that's true. All right. We're going to put our water in there in the pan. And we're going to put our onions.
Okay.
And we're going to let them cook all up and
really good.
And they'll get done because I cook and simmer my soup for, I don't know if but the more it simmers,
the more intense the flavors.
The more intense the flavor, and not only that, but it really smells your house up so nice. And you put some bread in the oven, and to me that spells home.
Do you know? I think actually soup made and reheated the second day is really good. I love leftover soup. I don't like a lot of leftovers of some things. But, boy, leftover soup, I think it's actually better the next day, don't you?
I'm actually lucky because, first of all, my husband and my son David will eat anything.
Yes, you're lucky that way.
They love everything left over. So I'm actually lucky.
And we do too. We basically really do eat anything for breakfast. And
I can tell you somebody that loves leftovers, and that's my Kids Time assistant, Brenda Abbott, and she lives nearby, and she helps me so much with Kids Time. She helps us a lot, too, as a sisters.
She helps Cinda, too.
And she helps with you girls with Tiny Tots, too. But I call her up. I'll cook, and I'll call her up and say, I got leftovers. She comes right over and gets them. I tell you what, she rarely has to cook when I'm home. You do the same thing.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to put some tomatoes in, and then we're going to put all our seasonings in.
Now, are those canned tomatoes, fresh cut tomatoes? Does it matter?
These are canned tomatoes. At home, I mostly use Mom's home canned tomatoes.
I know. She spoils
So I'm going to
us.
put the veggie salt. That's the all-purpose veggie salt, and that is from the Vegetarian Express. Isn't that what?
Yes, the Vegetarian Express.
If you go thevegetarianexpress.com,
You can order.
get 'em.
And in fact, I think her husband even works for the Michigan Conference of
We've never met them, but that
We've
would be...
never met them.
And,
you want to get that out?
sure.
Okay, that's onion powder. We're going to put a little bit of sea
It
salt.
just needed a little encouragement.
Okay. And then we're going to put some fresh
Please come
garlic. So
I'll
we've got the
encourage it.
fresh garlic. And we have a little bit of curry powder.
Okay.
And we have just a little olive oil, which is optional. I mean, you do not have to put that in, but it gives it a nice flavor. And then we're going to have our beans. And now just let that simmer until the onions are done and the seasonings have blended together. And we have one to show you right here of how it looks. It takes on a more
Like a stew.
more like a
consistent-
stew.
thick stew
Yeah.
It thickens a little bit.
It thickens.
And I like it. Now, all I need is some homemade cornbread, and I'm ready to go.
I would love it over some black rice. Brown rice. I would
Brown
love it
rice.
over some brown rice or wild rice.
Well, what's our next recipe?
I believe our next recipe is our butternut squash soup. And for that, you're going to need 1 medium onion, 1/4 cup of celery, 1 tablespoon of margarine, 1 cup of butternut squash, 1/4 a cup of Granny Smith apple, 1½ cups of vegetable broth, a pinch of nutmeg, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of soy milk, and a 1/2 cup of silk creamer, and that's a soy milk creamer. Now, I love butternut squash soup just about any way
I
you
do
can
too.
serve it to me. I just
I love
do.
butternut squash.
Me
I do
too.
too. I do too.
It's
And,
like candy.
in fact, that's actually what I meant to say, was that I love butterscotch. I do. I love any kind of butternut squash, but I actually like butternut squash soup. There's lots of varieties of that, too. So, okay, that works, too. But sis, if you could crank up the heat here, I've already started sauteing the onions and the celery. Now, I dice up that celery really fine, and the onions as well. And I'm going to just add my spices at this point, because whenever I can saute my spices, it just enhances the flavor. And so that was just a pinch of nutmeg and then the cinnamon in there.
You know,
And
cinnamon's really good for you. You should have a little bit of cinnamon every day.
I love cinnamon. I love the smell of cinnamon. Okay. All right, so we're going to put
She
that in there.
does. She had it on this morning. She put it in a pot on the stove, and the cinnamon was just going throughout the house. Water
we
and
probably
cinnamon,
all
and let
smell
it.
like it today, and we don't need perfume that way.
I felt like smelling cinnamon this morning.
Oh,
know?
you were the one that put it on.
Yeah.
I thought it was you. I can't keep track
I mean,
of these
you know,
two.
start your day out with some good cinnamon
There
smell.
we go.
All right, that's why that
It's
happened.
just a comforting smell.
I kept thinking something was in the oven, but I didn't see anything, and then I realized that I thought that was soup, because you got up early and made all kinds of soups.
Yep.
Besides what we are making today.
Well, that's because, Mom and Dad are coming, and so I wanted to have soup for them. All right,
That's right.
I need to get you started peeling this apple for me, and I need about, we're just going to throw in some apple in here, chopped apple. We don't have our measuring cup here, so give me 1/4 a cup of it, I guess, and we might even this today throw in a 1/2 cup of it. But I would need it minced up pretty fine.
let's live dangerous.
And just mince it up really fine.
Okay.
And we're going to add that to here. Now you can
Should
turn
I turn this down?
turn that down a little bit,
Turn the fire down, okay.
because we want to just
To about a
simmer that-
low?
Huh? Low is good while we're waiting for that apple to come in
Okay.
there, because then we're going to just put that minced apple in there and let that just soften slightly. And then we've got another process to show you. This isn't a hard soup to make at all. It's very easy, and it goes together really fast. But I love, if you don't have a crock pot, I really highly recommend a crock pot. I love it. It's going to make your life easier, because you could put any soup in the morning, you can make it the night before, get home from work, make your soup, and the next morning throw it in your crock pot.
Crock pot.
I can't talk to you.
She did get up awful early, so just try to.
Put it in your crock pot and let it cook all day. I've had my mind on so many things. Right now I'm working on about 5 projects at once. And in fact, I'd love to have your help with my newest project. I'm writing a series of children's books a 5-volume series. They're going to be nice, beautiful, hardbound copies. I've asked Kay Rizzo to co-write them with me, and they're going to be Miss Brenda's bedtime stories. And so I need lots of stories. I want them to be true stories, character-building stories about children, stories about honesty and being kind, and maybe even answers to prayer, maybe ways that they have shared Jesus. You know, stories, that's what I'm looking for. So send me your stories. Just brendawalsh.com, send me the stories. And so I would really appreciate it. But I've been so busy with working all those things, it's no wonder I can't say the word crock pot.
And excuses, we're all busy.
And sis, you do need stories that aren't like testimonies, but that children would understand.
Yes, they're stories about children, for children,
yes,
around
that you'd read to children in the
around 6 to 10 years old of age, and that's what I'm looking for. And I'm not looking for would-be wannabe writers. I don't need, you know, Kay and I are going to write the stories. I just need the facts, just the facts, please.
Is this little enough?
Nope, I want it really just minced.
Yeah. You're going to throw it in the blender anyways. I don't know what she's so particular about.
Now, see, I hadn't told them that yet. I was keeping that for their surprise, see? Don't you love to use kitchen gadgets?
Today, I'm not helping you out, I'm helping me out. Because that way I don't have to sit here and make this apple pieces really tiny.
We can go ahead and start throwing these in. There you go. And now you can crank up that heat a little bit.
All right.
And she's right. We're going to put it, if you don't want to do it,
there you go.
It will go faster in there if you can mince it. Give me this piece too.
But trust me, those blades are going to get it anyways.
Yes, you're right about that. You're right about that. And to make it a little less messy, because sometimes, you know, you can be slopping things around a little bit. So to make it a little less messy, I'm going to just step you through a little bit different process than I did at home when I was making this recipe.
I'll throw this in
easy for you.
I have a question.
Yes?
Would it matter if you used any other kind of apple, or does it need to be Granny Smith?
You can use any apple you want, but the reason I use Granny Smith is it's a tartar apple, and it has really... What are you doing?
I was just seeing if I could make it.
She's playing basketball.
She's good at basketball.
She made a slam dunk right in the pot.
It was either eat it or throw it, and I figured I would just, you know, try it. It's working on my jump shot. Oh, I forgot to jump, though.
All right, if you would just scooch that over there for me. And no, the food processor, please.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll just take this away. Let me just put this over here.
You ought to go on a trip with us sometime. Now that is fun.
Hey, we do have a good time. Okay, so now we're just going to put that in there.
Don't you like how she said, we're just going to put that in?
Works for me. Did you notice how good that worked? Okay, that is our butternut squash, and this has been baked until it was tender. And so this is already pre-baked, or you can turn that off now for a minute.
Baked and peeled.
Baked, peeled, that's true. Nice and tender. Okay, and then I'm just going to put all this right in here. And see how nice that went in there?
Those nonstick pans are really nice.
I know.
There you go. Okay, and I'm going to, just because that's hot, I'm going to just, I won't get it on you, I promise. This is our vegetable stock right there. And go ahead, let's put this lid on there.
Can you make your own vegetable juice?
I am really glad that I minced up those apples really tiny, aren't you?
And I'm going to sprinkle a little salt in here too.
Sis, couldn't you make your own vegetable juice too if you wanted to?
Yes, if you wanted, some people have asked how to make vegetable stock, and how you make that is to just put a pot of water and a whole bunch of vegetables in it, like potatoes and turnips and parsnips and
I put carrots and celery
and onion and let it cook all day, and it will be and then strain off the vegetables, and there's your vegetable stock. Okay, let's speed this up here, and you can see while it's I was going to try to force it in there, but since I don't have a cup with the spout on it, I think I better be safe and put this. This is our soy milk. Okay. Now what did I do? Oops.
You didn't turn it.
Well, maybe I didn't put the lid on right. Now let's go. Okay, there you go. And just do that for a few minutes. And you can watch and see how clear it's getting. You can see how smooth it's getting right here. When it gets no lumps, you can turn it off. fire back on, sis, if you would. There you go. And now no lumps. We're going to just take it, return it back to the pan, just like that. And you're going to let that simmer and cook until it's just nice and blended. And then, like maybe 15, 20 minutes before you're ready to serve it, you're going to just pour in your non-dairy creamer. And that just makes a real creamy soup. One thing I would like to pass on is that Cinda, when we were making all our samples last night, we were making our samples for today's program, and Cinda tasted my soup and she goes, this is delicious. But boy, you can't add enough squash for me. And I thought, you know what, she's right. I put in 2 more cups of squash and loved it. So I'm going to just share that with you. It was added to my recipe, Cinda. That was a good idea.
Thanks.
I put 2 more cups of squash.
The soup is delicious, but I'm serious. I really did like it better with more squash.
With more
in
squash, it was delicious. So we're gonna
If
no
you don't
Hollywood
have it,
recipes
you still
here.
could. Yeah, I mean this I loved it.
Yeah.
But I just like the more. I like.
And if you add a little bit more squash, just add a little bit more cinnamon. You're going to add a little bit more, maybe another pinch of nutmeg, and a little bit more pinch of salt just to taste. So if you add that, then that's fine. If you want to just keep it like it is, it's good that way too. So that's really easy. And our next recipe, sis, is what? I think it's
Micheff stew.
There we go.
Sis, why don't you read that recipe for me?
I'll do it for you. You're going to need 1 15-ounce can of black beans, 1 15-ounce can of pinto beans, 1 14.5-ounce can of Mexican-style stewed tomatoes, 2 cups of vegetable broth, 1 cup of frozen or fresh corn, 1 teaspoon of cumin, salt to taste, and 1 cup of mild salsa.
Do you want to know why I called this Micheff stew?
I am
curious about that.
wondering why you did.
Because that means my house.
Oh,
My house
does?
too.
That is so
I never knew that.
awesome.
Although I'm sure many of our viewers knew that.
I love that title.
Well, what you're going to love about this stew is it is really easy to make. It is just very quick. There's no order that you need to put anything in, and you don't have to cook it long, and it's absolutely
So anybody could make this.
delicious, I promise.
Scrump delicious.
No, scrumpdilicious.
Wow, I'm not even trying that.
That's a Cinda word.
I'm going to add, this is the 1 can of the stewed Mexican style
Now, if they
tomatoes.
can't find that.
If you can't find that, then just add a little bit of green chilies, and you could add even a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, if you want to. It's just easy to add the can. And then I add the salsa. Now, this is where you can make it a little spicier if you want. You could do a mild salsa, a medium salsa.
Or make it a 5
Or if
alarm.
you're really brave, you could do the 5 alarm and make it a hot salsa. Which, honey, for my husband Joel, it'll be the very hot. Yes. Actually, even for David and Katie. They've grown up loving that. Then I'm going to add the pinto beans. Now, I have drained them, but you do not have to rinse them. And this is just 1 can of beans. Same with the black beans. I've drained them, but you do not have to rinse them. Thanks, sis. And then this is frozen corn. You can use
that smells
corn
good.
cut off the cob, or you can use the frozen corn and add that. And then some frozen cut green beans.
Or fresh, right?
Or you could use fresh. And then 2 cups of the diced potato. And then we're going to add some vegetable broth. Now, you can buy the prepared vegetable broth, which I did today to save time.
That's a nice whooshing sound.
Yes, you need to shake it really good. There's a technique to shaking vegetable broth. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
That was really a big technique.
Sounds like fun.
And you'll add 2 cups of the vegetable broth. Boy, our burner's just having some problems here today.
Yeah, it's making noise. And is there 2 cups in this box?
There's 2 cups exactly in this box.
All right.
Was that a full box?
No, it wasn't. This actually is a 4-cup box, but I tricked you, didn't I? I used 2 cups already.
Well, it just looked like a big box, so I was wondering.
And then add the teaspoon of cumin.
Ooh, I love cumin.
I do
in
too.
just about everything.
Oh,
I love
it smells
cumin.
so good. And then add, this is about a half teaspoon of salt, and you can do salt to taste, but I don't like to add too much. Now, just let this cook until your vegetables are tender, and basically your potatoes is what is going to take the longest to cook, and generally about 15 to 20 minutes, and that's it. And it'll thicken up as it cooks, and then I like to serve it over polenta. Y'all,
I
you
love
all
polenta.
love polenta too.
Yeah.
I dearly love polenta, which we grew up calling it cornmeal mush.
That's
See,
right.
polenta's just that fancy name.
Right.
It's still cornmeal mush.
So you can, I'm going to show you how I've already prepared it for you, and I served it over the polenta. And you can do individual servings, or you can serve it like this, and see how it gets thicker. And then, or you can just eat it as a stew, and you can just drop some polenta in.
And it was
in your
really
bowl.
neat. I saw how she did that. She just made cornmeal mush, and then she put it in her dish and made a well in the middle, and she
Right.
put her
Soup in the
stew
middle.
in the middle, and then you could see the cornmeal all the way around.
Yeah, I like
thought that
that.
was really creative, sis.
Well, thanks.
Well,
And it's, I mean, the flavors together, I really like them.
I do too. Well, sis, you have a soup for us.
I do. It's garden fresh veggie soup.
All right, let's read the recipe.
2 cups of hot water, 1 cup of canned tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of Micheff's beef seasoning, 1 teaspoon of all-purpose veggie salt, 1/4 a teaspoon of sea salt, 1/4 a teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 a cup of onion, 1/4 a cup of celery, and 1/2 a cup of carrots, 1 cup of cabbage, 1/2 a cup of green beans, 3/4 cup of summer squash, and 1/2 a cup of broccoli.
Well, I tell you what, one thing, you practice what you preach. There's lots of colors there.
I was going to say the same thing. We have a rainbow right here.
I love fresh veggies in a soup. It is just wonderful. So we're going to put our can you turn the
I
stove
can.
on?
I'll do it.
Okay, we're going to put our water in there. Good, clear, cool, fresh water.
That's good for us too.
That's right. And we need
your
seriously,
onion.
we need I don't drink enough water, and I'm really trying to work on that.
There you go.
There we go. And that was our onions. And I'm going to put our celery in it. And then I'm going to put our seasonings. And I've got my sea salt and our all-purpose veggie salt from the Vegetarian Express.
That is a really nice. It has a different flavor than your than the normal.
It does.
vegetable salt.
I love
really
their
like it a lot.
seasonings.
But it's really good.
Yes,
Oh, here,
it's so-
sis.
What?
You need to drink your water. You said you need to drink more, so let's.
Can I drink it after I make my soup?
Well, you think we should
Why
let
don't
her?
you drink it for me, and then you can show how the water is so good for you. Okay, 1 teaspoon. She is. She's so obedient. 1 teaspoon. It's a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. I'm getting all confused here. We're going to put a little bit of fresh garlic. Okay, sis, this is your
right.
job here.
There we go.
And then we're going to put our Micheff's beef seasoning, vegan style. And sis, could you tell us about this?
I do. This is something that we've actually used our whole life. Mom's used it. It's Micheff's. They have a beef and a chicken. They have both. We're showing you today the beef instant. Broth and seasoning, and they have several different versions. One is the 2 that we're showing you is their no MSG, and also they have a vegan version. You have to ask for it or look at your labels. But really, we have really used more of the chicken style seasoning for years. We've really, because I never really
seasonings.
we use it in everything, as you know if you are in our cookbooks. But I haven't really been a big fan of the beef style flavor.
I have.
And so
I love it.
You've used it, but I didn't really like the flavor very well. And I am so excited because they have changed their flavor. They're a beef style seasoning. So if you go to the store now, whatever you have on your shelf, I promise you it's going to be the old variety because it just came out this week. And it is, they have, if you'll notice on the label, it says new improved flavor right here. You want to make sure it says that. If it says that yellow sticker, new improved flavor, you've got the right one. And that is absolutely delicious. It tastes, I mean, I've cooked meat for my husband for years. He just in the last few years has become a vegetarian. So I do know what beef tastes like because I've had to taste and sample. I know what it's supposed to taste like. This will fool you. I mean, it is a really good seasoning. So I highly recommend it. Okay,
we're going to put our tomatoes in, and really, you can put your soup in any order, but I put my onions in first, and if I would have any celery, I put that in first because it cooks fast. You know,
and those are canned tomatoes, not
fresh. Those are fresh green
Can you
beans.
use fresh tomatoes if you wanted?
Yes.
Mom always taught us, though, when we were cooking, and this is probably a good tip to pass on, is that whenever you're cooking anything, like whether you're stir-frying something or you're cooking something in a pot, you always start with the things that take the longest to cook. So onions always take the longest, wait till they're clear and translucent, and celery takes long, and carrots, and potatoes, though, are a lot faster, so you always put them towards the end. So it's kind of just, if you kind of in your mind know that thought process that you're going to, how much time it takes to cook each vegetable.
It does help, and like broccoli, I put my broccoli in just maybe 15 minutes before my soup is done, because you don't need your broccoli to cook.
Right, broccoli cooks very fast.
So
does asparagus.
I like broccoli crunchy tender.
I do too.
Sis, could you cut our summer squash, because that cooks fast too, and we're going to put that in last. Okay,
how would you like cabbage cut?
In just little cubes.
Okay.
I can do that.
But you can cut it any way you
and
want.
Cabbage, sis, I love cabbage in a soup. Cabbage really gives a nice flavor to a soup. I love cabbage in a soup.
We've got a few carrots here we should have put in.
All right, Mom might have been watching, huh? We always make jokes about Mom, but she really does teach us to make sure we clean out the bowl, get every last thing out of there. You know?
Boy, she really ingrained that in us good.
We can't ever stop doing it.
Well, Mom always believed that whatever you do, you should do it well and do it with all your heart.
Right.
Yes, she really should. And so she instilled that in us, the importance of doing your best and making sure that you did it right. And if we didn't do it right, if we didn't clean right or whatever, Mom would just say,
do it again.
You need to go do it again. And so we'd do it again and again and again. Mom, maybe that's why when we make our recipes and stuff, we're making it so many times.
That's right.
But you know what I love about Mom? She also taught us by example.
That's right.
That's
Mom
She's
didn't,
very
Mom
careful.
didn't have us do anything that she didn't do herself, and she would a lot of times have us watch her do it, and that was how we learned it. She didn't just tell us to go do it, and that's what I really appreciate.
And she did
about
it with
Mom.
us.
She did it with us, and she, you know, I think most people learn better.
This is just really tearing me up, because this is just, you know, Mom. We just love you.
Okay, I think we'll move right along and we'll put this in here now. This is the summer squash. And all you do is cook this until it's done, and I let it simmer.
Do you want me to do all these?
No.
I let it do this one too?
No. I let it simmer until it's done. The vegetables are well cooked, and I just let it simmer for a while. It can be done in 30 minutes, but I like to simmer my soup in a couple hours.
Right.
So you just choose how you want to do it. And here's our finished one of how it looks. You can tell how it's all changed colors.
The colors deepen and get a little richer and darker, and
That's
right.
As the flavors intensify.
And we're ready for our next recipe,
which is my Smoky Mountain chili. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 medium onion, 2 garlic cloves, 2 cups of canned tomatoes, 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of McKay's beef seasoning, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, boy, try saying that, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a half a teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of chili beans, and 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. I love chili, and I have lots of different recipes for it, actually. I have different types of chili. Sometimes I use, like a burger in my chili, and sometimes I just use beans. Today we are just doing beans. There's not any burger, but you can take this recipe, and if you like burger in it, you can throw burger in it too. It's not going to be a problem.
You know what we should do sometime?
Yeah, a soy burger.
We should do a chili cook-off right here.
Why don't we?
We should make just each one of us come up with 2 different kinds of chili, so that way you all would have 6 different recipes for chili.
Wouldn't you like that? In fact, I have an idea. Why don't we ask our viewers to send in your favorite chili recipes?
There you go.
And we'll have a chili cook-off, and we can look through the recipes, and maybe we'll cook some of your recipes. Wouldn't that be fun?
Linda's like going,
No, I think it'd be fun, but I'm just sitting here amazed because some of the funnest things that we do and that turn out the best happen just like this. Brenda starts something and Cinda takes a spin-off on that. Next thing I know, we're going to Rome or Italy or someplace, so I'm just thinking, where is this gonna go?
We're going to the Smoky Mountains and do it.
Okay.
In fact, I think I really do. Doesn't that chili sound like a chili cook-off? Sounds good, doesn't it?
It does. It does to me.
Well, let's start this one cooking. If you could put the heat on.
I can do that.
And this is temperature heat. I've got olive oil and diced onions already sauteing, and so I need those to start sauteing in there really good. So crank it up high. Is that as high as we can get it?
We need those onions to get really cooked.
Really cooked. Well. We like them really cooked and well done. My grandson Michael likes to stand here and help me cook. He likes to dump everything in. He likes to stir the pot, and it's really hard for me being a long distance grandma because when we're he lives in Boston and of course I live in Knoxville, so you have to be very creative sometimes, to be a long distance grandma. We get on the phone and we talk sometimes for an hour at a time, and we imagine it to play. Sometimes we're playing spaceships, sometimes we're playing cowboys and Indians, and sometimes we're playing all kinds of, fire engine, whatever, and I have to be the fire truck driver. Sometimes he's a fire truck driver. We do lots of imaginative stuff when we're on the phone. But my favorite times when Michael calls me is when he calls for prayer. He's a wonderful prayer warrior. He'll call me up and say, Grandma, we need to pray quick, and you never know what he's going to come up with. In fact, I was out there for his birthday and getting ready for his birthday. I always let him, get ideas. I take him to the store, to the toy store, and let him get ideas of what he wants. So, and then I surprise him, of course. But I want to make sure he likes it. And I took him to this toy store once, and he, looked at all the different kinds of stuff, and then he found these motorized vehicles. And so he went over and he found this 4-wheeler, and he went over and he climbed on it, and he's making all kinds of sounds, wooden, 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 and he's just so excited. Yeah, you tell me. And he is really into it. He is making all these, sounds and motor sounds like you probably do better than I do, sis. And all of a sudden, I'm standing there just watching him.
I think you were doing pretty well yourself.
I was standing there just watching him, and all of a sudden, he got off of the little toy 4-wheeler, comes running over to me with such urgency and said, Grandma, we have to pray quick, hurry. And he takes my hand and he says, hurry, quick, pray. And I said, Michael, what? What's the matter? He said, Grandma, we got to pray and ask Jesus to give this to me for my birthday. He said, and it's the last one, hurry. And I was thinking about how so many of us have that kind of childlike theology where we don't really know what to go to our Heavenly Father with. I tried to explain to him that God isn't Santa Claus. God isn't, a God that you just go to get all those things that selfishly you want for yourself.
And it would make us even more selfish if he did give us all those things.
But
Exactly.
You also have to be careful because God does want us to go to him for the little things.
Yes.
I mean, I pray about every little thing.
I do too.
I pray when I'm creating a new recipe. Lead me to the right ingredients. So we do need to be careful where we teach them that,
to
it's
pray
not
in God's will. That's what we
pray
have
in
to
God's
pray.
will. You
That's
pray
right.
about everything.
Pray about everything. Well, he is so precious, and I did try to explain it to him, and he's a pretty smart little boy. He'll be 7 years old in a couple months, and he kind of was a little bit disappointed that we couldn't pray about that.
I love your phone call. that you got from him about wanting to do something in a he wanted to know if you were deep sea diving or what,
he called me.
He called me at first, and he says, Grandma, he said, did Auntie Sita ever go deep sea diving? And I said, honey, I don't know. You're going to have to call Auntie Sita. He goes, I know. He said, I've been calling her, and she's not picking up her phone. So he must have got a hold of you.
He did. He calls me, and he goes, Auntie Sita, he says, have you ever been deep sea diving? And I said, honey, Uncle Joel, and he calls David Day Day, and he said, and I said, Day Day and Katie, I said, we all go deep sea diving. Well, have you gone inside a ship, like a real sunken ship? And I said, oh yeah, we have. And we actually did. And he goes, well, do you think you could send me a picture of it? And so I've got it. When we get home, I've got to try and find that picture, because I actually think I do have a picture of David and Katie going down into the ship, because we actually did go into the ship.
They were studying about the sea and the ocean at school, and that's what triggered it.
Where did this come up with?
And don't you know, he went to school the next day, and he goes, my Auntie Sita, she's been down there in this ocean, and she's seen a ship. So we need to teach him a little bit about the pride thing. Not a good thing. All right, but now we got to go. We got to put our tomatoes in. We got to put our water in. Now you wondered when I was going to get to that recipe, didn't you? See, I get to talk about my grandson. I could talk all day.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get her to stop.
Because the onions got to cook.
The onions got to cook.
What
and
did
we
you
needed
just
them to
put
cook.
in there? That red stuff.
That's the chili powder, and we're just. It doesn't matter what order that you put this in. It's like your soup fish. Everything can go in, and we have our soy sauce. We have our salt. Dump it in.
Oh, these are the pepper seeds.
Yep, the crushed pepper flakes. Oh, fresh garlic. And I usually, to be honest with you, I usually throw that in first with. I saute that garlic a little bit with the onions.
Brown
normally.
Sugar.
Yep, put that in. That just if you put a little sugar anytime you have a seasoning for tomatoes, it cuts the acid.
But you can do that with carrot
There's our really great beef seasoning, and this is going to cook down. It's going to look just like over here. And isn't that delicious? Now we have 2 cookbooks out, and we'd like to share with you just how you can get one of our cookbooks.
If you've enjoyed the recipes you've seen today and would like to purchase your own copy of their new cookbook, Cooking for Two with the Micheff Sisters, you can do so by writing to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. That's 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois 62896. You can call 618-627-4651. That's 618-627-4651. Or visit MicheffSisters.com and order online. That's MicheffSisters.com.
Hello, I'm J.D. Quinn. You may not be aware of the fact that our pastoral ministry staff is here to serve you. So we've asked Pastors Joel Bryan and Hal Steenson to give you a little insight into our department. And here's what they had to say.
Hello, I'm Joe O'Brien. I work here in the pastoral staff at 3ABN, and I wanted to share with you today a little of what we do here. We answer letters from around the world, mostly from the United States, and quite often from prison ministries, from prisoners. And we also answer email. They're from mostly around the world. It's interesting to see where they come from, and we answer questions, and we send out Bible literature. If it's a lengthy question with in-depth study, we will share through booklets that are most often free. And we do preview programs, try to check them for Bible accuracy before they go on the air. And then we spend most of our time praying with people on the phone and answering short questions. So if you have a need or a question and would like to call us, please do. And remember that we love you and care about you.
Did you know that if you have internet access, that you don't have to stay on hold on our phone lines whenever you have a prayer request? You can go straight to our webpage, 3abn.org, and scroll down to the bottom of the page and click on Submit a Prayer Request. You can submit that prayer request online, and it goes straight in to our prayer list and is then sent out to our prayer warriors. And talking about our prayer warriors, you can go to that same web page, scroll down to the bottom and click on Prayer Warriors and submit an application to become a prayer warrior. We need you. Just recently, Jim Gilley was in a church and asked, how many people here get 3ABN? Hands went up everywhere. But what was good was a lady stood up and said, I am a prayer warrior. And then about 6 or 8 other people stood up and said, we're prayer warriors too. So be a prayer warrior. It could change your life and change the lives of those out there that need prayers. 1,200 prayer warriors in 193 countries all over the world. It'll excite you. God will bless you, and it could change your life for the cause of Jesus Christ in these last days.
Thank you for your continued support of 3ABN's ministry. You make it possible for us to be there to serve you and to answer your questions, especially for those that are hurting. So as the Holy Spirit impresses, please send your tax-deductible love gifts to 3ABN, Post Office Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois, 62896. Thank you, and may God richly bless you.
We sure have had a lot of fun cooking with you today. Soups and stews, and we hope we've encouraged you and inspired you to try some of these recipes. Let's take a look at some of the things that we've prepared for you.
But first, don't forget to send us your favorite chili recipe.
Oh, that's right, so that we can have our chili cook-off.
That'll be fun. Well, we have our curry black bean soup that looks more like a stew.
It sure does.
Oh, and mikasa stew with polenta. I love that. And then the garden gazpacho, which is a cold, really good soup.
And a garden fresh veggie soup.
With lots of fresh veggies in there. And then I have my butternut squash soup, and I've garnished with just a little bit of cinnamon on top. And of course, our Smoky Mountain chili. We don't want to forget that. And I did add a little pepper for you, sis.
Thanks.
Kicked it up a little for you.
Way to go.
Well, that's all the time we have today. But until next time, may all your meals be seasoned with God's love. Bye-bye, everybody.